So a little bit about Vanguard. Rob did a great job of setting us up. We have $4.5 trillion under management, 17 global offices, 15,000 employees. And I think the most important thing for this talk is really 2 points about Vanguard. One is if we had a third innovation to add to Rob's list, it would be we are now and have always been a virtual company. Even before internet technology existed, we were virtual with no bricks and mortars that you could walk in and invest in Vanguard. We did it by phone and mail and fax back then. And so we were early and intense adopters of the internet technology, in the 90s and early 2000s. And because of that, although we're kind of a little bit of a conservative finance company, it's usually how we're thought of, but another way to look at us is actually we have 20 million clients and they're all virtual, they're all online. So when you hear about our data journey, I think that's one important piece of context. The second piece of important context, I think, for this discussion is the global aspect. So we have 17 global offices now, but that's a really, compared, I'm sure, to many of your companies, a new phenomenon for us. We really started our current global strategy only about 5 years ago, and that actually led to the creation of my group, Enterprise Data Governance and Privacy, because there was a realization that as we globalized and as we shared data across country borders, we needed to have a better way to understand where that data was, how it's being used, really, in essence, how to govern it. So just keep that in mind as we go through our data story here. This is just a brief snapshot of our IBM InfoSphere footprint. I want to put this up front so all the technical folks listening and watching would know we are going to get to a pretty deep technical discussion in the second half of the talk. So this is just a little preview. The first half of the talk, I really want to take you through the business side of our data governance program and look at how that works, and then we'll show how IBM InfoSphere in particular, but really our whole technical architecture works to support that program. But this is just a snapshot in case you're wondering what our footprint looks like. This is it. Our story really, as I said, is about privacy. So this list comes from Gwen Thomas at the Data Governance Institute, and really it's the 4 focus areas or primary purposes that you might do data governance for. So you could do it for privacy and compliance and security purposes, which is why we started it. You could do it for system architecture and data integration reasons. You could do it for business intelligence, business analytics reasons, right, to form that foundation. Or you could do it purely for data quality, and many data governance plays out there are really about data quality. But ours was primarily a privacy security play. As I mentioned, we were expanding globally, and we felt like we needed to understand what those global regulations were and how we could morph our operations to meet them. It's been a great partnership. As Remy said, when he said we needed help 2 years ago, it was really around building those workflows, and they brought IBM Labs to the table, and honestly, we would have been way longer in getting this up and running if we didn't have IBM Labs help us build those workflows. So great partnership there, great partnership on Global Elite on things like the S3 connector that I mentioned, and in forums like this where hopefully we get to see what's coming next, and hopefully we'll eliminate some of these spokes.